course.
Okay, so the Shrek situation is truly insane. This might be my slop masterpiece, the piece of resistance to my slop channel. I genuinely think I've reached my peak. I don't think I can get any better from here, covering the brand new Shrek teaser, which has blown up on the internet, caused a bunch of issues. That's why we're going to be talking about it, because it's, quite controversial. Shrek slop video in 2025, what has the world come to? But the official Shrek Twitter account tweeted out saying Far Far Away's finest are coming with a teaser for the Shrek 5 film that's releasing in 2026. I think as well, it has to be said, right, that it can't be understated how popular the Shrek franchise not only is, but how hyped up Shrek 5 is already. People are hyped to see Shrek 5. People love Shrek, its comedy, its unique style. People love everything about Shrek, and realistically don't want anything to be changed about it, right? But this teaser has really caused a few people to get a bit concerned and, even really angry about it, which I find kind of funny. So, let's play the teaser.
Hey, Magic Mirror, who's the fairest of them all?
Why, Shrek, of course.
Okay, you better believe it, there's already something controversial here, right? There's got people talking, and it's this whole TikTok parody of them swiping up on the magic mirror. People are worried that this whole TikTok parody thing is going to be in the movie. For one, we really don't know if it's going to be in the movie. We don't know if this is something that's going to be relevant to Shrek 5 or not. But we don't know if it's that, if it's a promotion piece or whatever it is. And then my other thing on that would also be, is those Shrek movies have always parodied things. If it's Hollywood, if it's Disney, they've always parodied things. I can definitely see them parodying social media here quite a bit. I mean, I'm not surprised Shrek 5 and this teaser is already getting a bit of backlash or a bit of controversy around it, because it always was, right? People love the Shrek films, so whatever they were going to release, even if it was great, if it looked perfect or whatever, people were going to be panicked. Bear in mind, this film is coming out in 2026, so there's a long way away until this film comes out, and, they can change things.
Ew, Dad!
Ooh, Mommy like.
Who's making this stuff?
Okay, so now it's time for the bit that people are genuinely angry about, right? And that's the animation style that's been used here. If you can't already tell, Shrek, Fiona, and everything in this clip has had a redesign. This isn't what the original movies look like. And people are very, very mad that they have redesigned Shrek or whatever. A lot of people think it's incredibly unnecessary, even though they did the same thing with Puss in Boots a few years ago, but nobody really cared about that. But I think it's because the design for Shrek is so ingrained in pop culture, right? People really like it. It's really expressive. The animation style in comparison to what this is, it kind of falls flat. This falls flat in comparison to the old animation style. But whilst I don't particularly like this animation, right, I think it's really criticizable. I made a tweet saying it looks like someone did AI on it, right? It just doesn't look right. I think it's fine for now because, the movie's not coming out until 2026, people, right? There's time to tweak things, add things, remove things, right? There's a long time until this movie actually releases. And of course, with animation, it isn't as simple as going back to, removing a lot of things, reanimating things really quickly, but they can always add things, right? And tweak things.
Not me!
Whoa! Shrek 5, starring Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and Zendaya? Oh, damn. Only in theaters. Christmas 2026.
And that's another thing, right, that people are criticizing this for, is the casting of one of Shrek's children, right, being Zendaya. I don't know why people care so much. It's a casting of one of Shrek's kids. It's Zendaya. Who really cares? People are also critiquing the character design, right? They don't like the nose ring. I don't know. I think it's stupid. People are getting a bit too angry about this teaser. Don't get me wrong. I think it's funny to point and laugh at, right? Because there are some clear issues there or some things that don't look quite right. But it's an animated movie for kids. Don't take it so seriously, regardless if it might be from one of your childhood classics, right? But like I said, right, this film doesn't come out until December of next year. There's time to tweak and add things, which hopefully they will be doing as they produce this movie further. But let's actually take a look at what some people are saying online. It's great. I like this new style. Similar to Puss in Boots, they make them more expressive. I don't really agree, right? I think the animation does fall kind of flat, but again, the movie comes out in December of 2026, right? We are currently in February of 2025. There's time for this to change, and, I think people are just stressing a bit too much, and, this animation will probably end up looking fine, and people will get used to this new style, right? The original Shrek came out in 2001, we're in 2025, when this releases it's going to be 2026, of course there will be changes. Of course there were. I think it'd be stupid not to see that. You're like the new design is the worst thing ever when they've done it once 3 years ago and you liked it. I do think there's a bit of a difference here, right? One, Shrek is way more iconic. The look is way more iconic than Puss in Boots. So I feel like with Puss in Boots you can kind of, tweak it a little bit, change a few things, and people won't really notice, or they think it's way better, right? Because the animation in Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, is genuinely incredible. And as well, the look of Shrek is ingrained in pop culture. The way he looks is huge. There's people like this person that's saying that we should be thankful that that we didn't get this design that some people saw on a cardboard cutout, which I don't want to be that guy, but the animation style is very similar. That just seems like a younger first edition rendition of, you know, the new Shrek. I think people are kind of gaslighting themselves into believing that, you know, the new thing is either really, really good or really, really bad. You know, I think people are overreacting just a little bit on either side. This is beyond losing the source. This is straight up disrespectful to the original art style. I think the thing with the new art style is it just feels so lifeless. There's so much expression behind the original art style. There's just so much there. So, you know, the new stuff, that's why I kind of compared it to AI, because it just falls flat, feels lifeless, doesn't feel like there's anything there, where the old art style, you know, it very much does. The was really designed by far, though, is Donkey. I feel like Donkey's lost all his personality, all his expression there. It is really fallen flat, and I really hope they kind of change that, because, you know, it just doesn't look right whatsoever. Shrek gets the pass, Fiona gets the pass, but Donkey, they've done him really dirty. I am honestly not shocked that this went down like a sack of potatoes. Any change was going to be very controversial. Like, genuinely, they probably could have added like one extra hair to Shrek's chin and people would get really angry. Let's see what some content creators are saying online about it.
Ooh, what? No, oh. And like, I can almost see where they're going with this. You know, Shrek's always done pop culture references and keeping things modern, but my soul is hurting.
I think when it comes to the whole social media parody, right, which is definitely trying to go for like the short form content parody, I think it really depends how they try and do it, right? If that would be in the movie or whatever, still up in the air, but probably they're definitely going to be referencing a lot of social media things, parodying a lot of it, you know, making a lot of jokes about social media. And I think it really depends how they do it, right? They've done it really well in the past, and hopefully Shrek 5 is no different to how they've done it in the past. We can only hope. The thing is, if they can do it well, then it's going to be great, right? It's going to be really funny. The parody is going to be like, you know, how they've done all their other jokes and quips about, you know, Hollywood and Disney. It's going to land like that. But if it doesn't land well, it's going to just come off really cringe and weird and gross. I think I can definitely move past the animation, right? Like, it might have animation that I don't particularly like, right? But it might still be a good movie. But if they botch that whole social media thing, which it definitely feels like they might be going in that direction, regardless if this is just for promo, right? Then, you know, it would just spoil the film.
Shrek has gotten a new art style as well. That's the real kicker for what this half minute is trying to say. And does it look good? No! No, it doesn't! Now, I suspect we were always going to hate a new rendition of an art style, and to be fair, we should have known there was going to be a change in visuals.
I mean, there's a few things here, right? Do I like this animation style? Not really, right? It doesn't feel like it's Shrek, right? It's kind of flat, I don't really particularly like it. But is it bad by any means? No, it's definitely not bad, especially for, you know, this teaser being in February 2025 when the animation is coming out in 2026. But for me, it's not that the animation's bad, I just feel like it lacks a lot of what makes Shrek Shrek. And then, of course, I think people, you know, if you didn't expect there to be an animation change of any kind, right, I think that's more on you than anybody else. But that is everything with this Shrek 5 teaser, and conveniently, that is my 8 minutes done for this video, so optimum maximization for adverts. But everybody watching, please feel free to leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts on this whole Shrek 5 teaser. Once you're down there, you might as well smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get notified of future videos. But I've been your host Samuel, and I'll catch you in the next YouTube video.